Alright, hey guys, I am back with another what I've been what I've been melting slash empties, and this is for the end of March. Now I am actually filming this a few days before the end of March. It is currently March 28th on a Wednesday, but I just know that for the next few days I'm not going to be melting just because I know that, or at least not melting enough that it'll make a significant difference, just because tomorrow I'm going to be out all day, and then Friday I'm going to be out all day, and Saturday I might melt something, but who knows. I'm also going to be working most of the day on Saturday as well, so the last 3 days of March I'm really not going to be home, so it's very unlikely I'll melt anything. So this is probably really just what's going to be what the rest of the empties would have consisted of if I filmed it later, but I just kind of want to get it done now just because I have spare time. I do want to mention that I think you might be able to hear my mini fridge. It'll shut off eventually. It's just, it turns on and off sometimes. Yeah, sorry about that. You're just kind of like right next to it, but you know, we work with what we work with. So I'll start off with everything that I melted in the living room because it's really not a lot. I'll start off with obviously the things that I didn't finish, and then I'll move on to the empties I'll move on to the empties after I do the stuff that is not finished. So to kick off something that I melted in the living room, I melted two things together. The first thing I melted is Sparkling Icicles from Bath & Body Works. This is kind of a cologne-y, like a light cologne scent. Yeah, it's just a manly cologne, but it's not too heavy. It's kind of quite light. And then I mixed that with half of Candles by Victoria's Tokyo Spring, and I don't really remember what this one is supposed to smell like, but it's just a very fresh, a little bit floral fragrance, and this one's a little bit perfumey, whereas this one's a little bit cologne-y, and together it just made a really nice kind of fresh scent. I mean, I didn't hate it, I didn't love it, it was fine, it worked. So yeah, the throw was really good. It was really, really strong. I have to say, I know a lot of people don't really like Candles by Victoria for one reason or another. They don't like her customer service. They don't like, they don't like that they don't melt as easily as other tarts or this and that. However, you cannot deny that Victoria has amazing throw. Like, she really does. So that's that. Another thing I melted is mouse ears from Super Tarts. I have this whole bag. I think I purchased maybe 6 or 7 clams of these at one point. But yeah, not my favorite fragrance. Like I said, I don't really like the lemonade fragrance oil too much. And this is basically pure lemonade fragrance oil, just with a little bit of sweetness. But yeah, I use this one kind of when I melt, like if I melt something and I don't really like it and I want to clear the air, or if I melt something and I just want to clear the air because I know someone else might not like it, or if I'm just looking for something really intense. I mean, sometimes I do crave this fragrance, but not very often, but most of the time I use it as a very clearing lemon scent, and it normally works. It normally gets rid of whatever it is that was melted before, or if there's just a funky smell or whatever. I melted 2 cubes of it. I will say though that this was not as strong as it normally is. I think it's just obviously old, so yes, I'm gonna try and get through that one. Then I have Koopa Claus is Coming to Town from Rose Girls, and this is a pie slice that I had cut up. This is a blend of sugar cookie, creamy zucchini bread, and Gilligan's Brew, which is like her coconut cream scent. And I really love this fragrance. It's one of my favorite zucchini bread blends ever. It's just so good. And this one is much older than this. Well, not much older. This is probably from January of 2016, or even actually, I think these are actually maybe December of 2015. I don't know. They're a lot older, but it threw really well. I just cut up a little chunk. Maybe not maybe, I don't know if this would be an ounce. I think it's probably half an ounce of a piece, and I melted it in the living room, and it filled the whole living room. It was amazing. I love it. It's delicious. The next thing I melted is Parisian Strawberry Fields from the Bathing Garden. I melted 2 cubes of this. I can really get away with 1. I just wanted it to be really, really strong, so I melted 2. It's my absolute favorite strawberry. It's a blend of strawberry, mango, peach, and vanilla. And it smells exactly like the Bath & Body Works fresh picked strawberry fragrance. It smells exactly the same like that. It's an exact dupe. I think I have figured out which fragrance oil this is because I kind of Googled it because no one else sells that specific fragrance oil. So I like Googled it and I'm pretty sure I know what fragrance oil it is. So if anything, I think I might just buy it and like use it to create like and buy like pre-made lotion and like mix it in or like create, I don't know, because like no other vendors sell that, and I love Bathing Garden and I love her tarts, and I'm definitely purchasing more of those. However, it's just that they're seasonal, so it's like once I'm done with them, I'm gonna have to wait for another whole year for them to come around, which isn't like too long when you think about it, especially with the collection, the size of my personal collection, and the amount of wax that I personally go through. But still, it's always just like that fear of not having it, and also I just love it in like body care. Like I just want to slather myself in that fragrance. Love it. So that's everything that I didn't finish in my living room. Now I'll move on to the empties, which again really isn't a lot. I didn't really melt that much in my living room this time around for the second half of March. Just because, I don't know, like I've been waking up later and like, well, I haven't been waking up later. I've been waking up at the same time, but I haven't really wanted to get out of bed just because it's been a lot colder for whatever reason, like the past week and a half. And so like when it's cold, you just don't want to get out of bed. So I just lay in bed and I just end up getting to the living room late, and I normally just melt 1 thing, whereas normally I would melt 2 or 3 things in the living room and then 1 thing in the bedroom. But because I end up going to the living room a bit later and like getting out of bed, I end up melting 1 thing in the living room and possibly 1 to 2 things in the bedroom. So I don't know. Well, yeah, it's interesting. But okay, so let me see. I'll start off with Vintage Chic Scents, and these are all old scent shots. So the first one I have is Canning with Ida, and this is from 2015. If it will focus, it literally just did. I don't know why it won't again, but this is a blend of blueberry jam, and this one was really good. I believe she actually released this one on her most recent restock, the March restock. I forget what it was. The Grease is the Word restock. And she restocked this one. And it's good. It's a nice blueberry fragrance. It's just, yeah, it's like blueberry. I can't really say anything good or bad about it. It's just, if you like blueberry, you'll like it. If you don't like blueberry, you won't like it. And it was quite strong for something that's almost 3 years old. The next one I have is State Fair, and this one is funnel cake, powdered sugar, and strawberries, and this was so good. I'm kind of beating myself up over not getting this one on the Beatlemania restock, I think it was, because it's so good. On cold, it smells like you really get the powdered sugar. You get a nice creamy strawberry, and then you get a nice bakery note to it, and then you warm it, and the powdered sugar is even stronger, and the strawberries are there, and the bakery's there, and it's just a really nice, creamy, sweet, powdered sugar scent. You really, really get the powdered sugar in here. It's just so delicious and creamy. I will say, though, it borderlines on sickly sweet, so if you aren't a huge fan of sweet, you really probably should not get that one. Then the last Vintage Chic Scents one I have is in Vaudeville, which is, there we go, Vaudeville, and this is a blend of wild berry mousse, strawberry, raspberry, guava, and cotton candy. And this one, it's just a really good creamy berry scent. It was really nice. I really like it. Yeah. I don't know if, so out of all of these, I definitely would repurchase the State Fair. Canning with Ida, I wouldn't like look after, but if, you know, I had it again, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't like actively search for it though. And Vaudeville, I like, but again, like I said, I don't think I would necessarily go out of my way to like purchase it in a restock over like something that I really wanted. But if, you know, it was an option or if it was in a sampler, I wouldn't mind receiving more of it. I will say that it does smell a lot sweeter on warm than it does on cold. Okay, then I have one, did I blend this with anything? No, I did not. Okay. Then I have one Super Tarts scent shot, and this is from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line, and this is in Shredder, which is papaya, mango, and 7-Up pound cake, and I melted the whole scent shot just on its own. And this is over 2 years old, and I didn't hate this one as much as I thought I would, because like I said, I'm not a really huge fan of 7-Up pound cake. I'm really not. But the papaya and the mango really add a fruity, sweet creaminess to it, to where the 7-Up pound cake is almost discernible. It's not really there. It's much more stronger on the papaya and the mango. And I did like it. I would say the throw was okay. It wasn't necessarily super strong. And even when it was melted, I didn't really get too much of the 7-Up pound cake. I don't think I would, but it was definitely there. It just wasn't the strongest fragrance there. I don't really think I would repurchase it, but I didn't hate it. So yes, that is that one. And then I have Kay's Creations. This was a little fluted tart and blue ribbon cookies. Again, another tart that is over 2 years old, and this one was amazing. On cold, it doesn't really smell like much. Like, it kind of smells like a light bakery. Maybe you're getting a slight vanilla, maybe you're getting a slight bakery, but you don't really smell anything on cold. I was afraid that this one was going to be a dud when I warmed it, but this was so good. It was so strong. It was just such a good cookie scent. It wasn't too heavy where it gave me a headache, and it wasn't too vanilla-y to where it just kind of smelled like a generic vanilla scent that smelled like a slight bakery that Bath and Body Works kind of does, like those like cookie scents that they do, which is just kind of like a really intense like vanilla bakery. This one was just a really, really good sugar cookie, and I believe this is a house blend. I honestly don't remember. And then I have two last empties, and these are both from Wilma's, or now there was another name change, so they're that Small Good shop. And the first one I have is Blue Pom Poms, and this is a blend of blueberries and pomegranate. You can't really see that. I melted this one. Oh wait, I think I'm missing something, aren't I? Hold on. Okay, I am totally missing something. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. This one I melted yesterday, and this one on cold smells really good. It's just a really nice fruity scent. It's like a very sweet pomegranate. If you ever smelled pomegranate juice, like palm juice, that's what it kind of smells like, mixed with a blueberry scent. And on cold it smells really good. And then when you warm it, it's just actually really, really sickly sweet. It's really just a lot. It's a lot. It's way too much. It's just very sickly sweet. Not my favorite. I would personally not repurchase that now that I've melted it, but I will say that I actually did repurchase that off of Cold Sniff, which I should not do, and that's something that I'm learning that I need to not do. So the next one I have is Fake Clean, and this is supposed to be a cleaner lemon scent, and this one is so good. It is so nice. It's just it's like a laundry, but with a slight lemon. I don't know if that lemon is a little bit sweet, but it's just so good. It's like a laundry scent that's a little bit fruity, but it doesn't smell fruity, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't smell like, oh yeah, that's fruity, that's juicy, it smells like it's fruity. It's like, there's just something different about it, where it's just a little bit sweeter, a little bit fruitier, but it's just so delicious, and it's so good, and it was so strong. Like, just this one tart was so strong in the living room. Like, everyone that I lived with complimented this one. It was so good. They loved that one. Okay. I actually just realized that I am actually missing something that I melted. So I just actually today, like I just turned it off because I came upstairs. I was melting a Bathing Garden tea time with mango and mint, or tea with mango and mint, I forget the name. But I melted 2 cubes of it, and the throw actually wasn't very strong, which is interesting because when I melt the Summer Melon and Mint, which is a very similar fragrance, I melt 1 cube of it in my bedroom and it throws really strong. I don't know why that one didn't throw very strong because it is a mint fragrance. It could just be the mango in it and the tea in it that kind of made it a little bit lighter. Like, the scent itself was strong, it's just that it didn't necessarily fill up the whole room. Like, it filled up a small area of the room, but not the whole room. So, yeah, that one was, it was good, but it was a little bit underwhelming. I guess I was just kind of shocked that it didn't throw as well as I thought it would. Okay, so now onto the bedroom fragrances. Again, I'll start off with stuff that I didn't finish. So the first thing I have is what I actually melted 2 nights ago, and this is from Vintage Chic Scents, and this is Ice Palace Cookies. And I melted 1 whole snowflake, and this is Peppermint Sugar Cookies. And this one, on cold, I really like it. It's a really strong peppermint, and like the kind of peppermint that I like, where it's like not like a super candy cane peppermint, like a twisted peppermint from Bath and Body Works, but it is sweet, but it's also not too intensely peppermint where it's like it burns your nose hairs, kind of like super refreshing, not at all candy cane. It's a good mixture of the two, which is the kind of peppermint that I like. And then mixed with the sugar cookies, I quite like it. It just adds a slightly, obviously, bakeryness to it. And I really, really liked it. And so then I melted it. I melted the 1 snowflake. And I had thought that I really, really liked it. I thought, okay, this is amazing. This is great. I love this. It was so strong. It was so banging strong. So at first I really liked this, but then after a little while, after having it on for about like an hour, 2 hours, I started to kind of get a little bit of a headache because 1, it was so strong, but 2, I also started to smell a little bit of like a cinnamon or a clove or some kind of spice fragrance that was starting to irritate me. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know if maybe it's just so intensely peppermint that it just like started to smell like somehow spicy to me, but that's kind of what I could smell. And I have the leftover little disc of it here, and I'm smelling it, and it's still, there's like some kind of spicy note to it. There's some kind of like cinnamon or clove or nutmeg or something in there that's throwing me off, and kind of that's what was really giving me the headache. So that one was interesting. I might have to, next time if I'm going to use it again, I might have to cut one of the snowflakes in half. So the other thing that I melted from Vintage Chic Scents is a loaf in Sweetheart Smoothie Roses and Flapper Girl Overpour. Sweetheart Smoothie is like a marshmallow blend, and then Flapper Girl is, I believe, like an apple martini blend. Apparently her apple martini is supposed to be fizzy, but it does not smell fizzy. Not at all. It's just a really nice apple. And then mixed with the Sweetheart Smoothie, it just smells like a super creamy apple, almost like a super creamy apple taffy is what this smells like. It's so creamy, so sweet, so pretty. And when I melt it, I just really love it. It's a great fragrance. It's always been super strong. It's fantastic. It's 10 out of 10. I love that. And I would definitely repurchase it if she ever blended that again. Okay, then I have, from Haley's Heavenly Scents, we have Mango Sorbet, Strawberry, Raspberry, Guava, and this was a really large fluted tart. I melted a whole fluted tart. Did I melt it with anything? Oh, I did. I blended it with half of a Tiffany Candle Scent Shot and Cotton Candy frosting, and it just added a sweetness to this fruity blend. I really liked, oh my goodness, sorry. I really liked it. It was super strong. 10 out of 10. Really great. Okay. Then from Storybook Sense, I have Aria, and as you can see, I have a little X there. I did not like this one. This was a blend of amber, vanilla, blackberry pie, whipped cream. I melted 2 cubes of it. It was not a thing. Like on cold, I was like, maybe, because I liked that vanilla, blackberry pie, whipped cream. I could smell that. And then I could smell the amber, and I was like, that's interesting. Like, it's kind of interesting. Maybe I could go for it. And then I melted it, and it just wasn't, no, it wasn't happening for me. I was really getting that amber, and then I was kind of getting that whipped cream, and then a little bit of that pie scent, and it just wasn't mixing together well. It just smelled really weird. It was really perfumey, but at the same time bakery, and it just wasn't a fun time. That one's just gonna go straight to the garbage. But the throw was great, so there's that. Then we had, and it lasted very long. I think I melted that for about like 6 hours, and it was strong, and it threw for a really long time, and it lasted, and I was just like, oh, gotta dump that. And then I have peppermint coconut mallow from Rose Girls, and I melted half of a chunk, so imagine like another half of this, and it's just amazing. Love this blend. I got this from Rose Girls in her last pre-order that she did in a pie, so I was like, yeah, I'm definitely using this up. I didn't use it up completely, obviously, but I probably will soon. It's just really good. I love this blend. Her peppermint is one of my favorite peppermints. It's the kind of peppermint, like I said, that's really fresh and icy, but it's also a little bit sweet, so it's a good mixture of the two. And then that marshmallow is super creamy, and the coconut is really creamy as well. It's just a really nice, creamy, slightly coconut cream, slightly minty fragrance. It's definitely a good blend of the three. Definitely a little bit stronger on the coconut mallow, I would say, because the peppermint isn't too strong. But it's just a really good blend of the three. And the peppermint doesn't overpower the other two fragrance notes, which is really, really great. Then I have L3's Lemon Curd. It is just the singular fragrance oil because I love L3's Lemon Curd. And I melted this one after, I think it was after, yeah, it was after Aria, because I just wanted to clear my room of that fragrance. So I melted a little cube. There was another cube in this little bag. And this is like a fourth of one of her regular chunks. So her chunks I cube into fourths, and I just used one of the little cubes that I cut out. And yeah, it's just regular lemon curd. It was strong. It was great. It did its job. It cleared my room of the Aria fragrance. And yeah, there's that one. Okay, then I have Super Tarts Hagrid, which is shaving cream and tinsel, and I melted 2 cubes of it. Again, it's just, I love tinsel. This one, because of the shaving cream, the tinsel is a little bit more, like, for me, shaving cream is a little bit like cologne-y, but a little bit perfumey and slightly floral-ish. And so, for me, the tinsel is very different compared to the way other people use tinsel, because I'm used to a creamy tinsel or a sweet sugary tinsel, and this one was kind of a more masculine version of tinsel, so you still get that sweet, fruity tinsel, but then you also kind of get a slight cologne-ness to it that made it a little bit less sweet and a little bit more perfumey. So this was interesting. I still really like this blend, but I think I'm liking it a lot less for whatever reason. I think the longer I've had it, the more the shaving cream has come out, which is not necessarily my favorite way of smelling tinsel. Okay, then I have Tallulah and Po Wax Co. Sinus SOS and Eucalyptus and Spearmint. And this one, when you smell it on cold, it really just kind of smells like spearmint gum. Yeah, it smells straight up like spearmint gum. And one, I hate spearmint gum, and two, I just hate spearmint in general. I just don't like the smell of it. I don't like the taste of it. Spearmint is just not, ugh. It's disgusting. It's like the devil's leaf. So I hate spearmint, and melting this one, I melted a whole heart. I also didn't like it, but it did not smell like spearmint gum. On warm, it actually just kind of smelled like fresh spearmint. So if you do like spearmint, you're really gonna like this one. I just don't like spearmint in any kind of form, but I will say it does not smell like gum. So if you're worried about it smelling like gum, it won't. It's just very strong on the spearmint. And that one's going in the trash. Or actually, I might just give that to my friend. Who knows? So this one is Special Island Bakery from Case Creations. I melted one of the little gingerbread men. This is a blend of coconut cookies, lemon cookies, milk, and coconut. And this is so good. So good. On cold, again, it's quite light. You get a little bit of the coconut cookies, a little bit of lemon, and a little bit of milk. But on warm, it's just a really good, creamy bakery scent. And you get that coconut and that lemon and mixed together. I melted this one last night, and I already don't remember exactly what I thought it kind of smells a little bit banana-y for whatever reason, but like in a good way. Like it just smells really good. It's a super creamy bakery. I have said it 1,000 times and I will say it again. Case Creations bakery blends are my favorite bakery blends because they always work, they always smell good. I've never disliked any of her bakery. Well, actually, I don't know. I've never hated any of her bakery, we'll say. Like, I like most of her bakery blends, which is amazing to me because I don't really like bakery. I think she also shies away from heavy bakery scents, though, which is why I think I like her bakery blends so much, just because her actual bakery fragrance oils aren't super heavy. So yeah. Then the last thing I have here that I have not finished is the Bathing Gardens Alice in Lavenderland, and when this collection comes out, you bet your ass I'm going to buy a bunch of these ones. And it's a blend of French lavender, vanilla extract, and marshmallow fluff, and it's two-toned. It's white on the top and purple on the bottom. I melted 1 cube, and it is so good. Her lavender is definitely, like the French lavender is definitely an herbal lavender, but it's so good mixed with the vanilla and the marshmallow. The marshmallow and the vanilla definitely cream out and sweeten that herbal lavender, but that herbal lavender is definitely there. It's definitely the star. It's just so good, and it was so relaxing and creamy and delicious, and you can't go wrong with like a good lavender marshmallow blend, and this was a good one. And her vanilla is a good vanilla. It's not like an alcoholic, it's not like an astringent vanilla, or it's not like an overly powerful like sugary vanilla or a bakery vanilla. It's just perfect. I love that blend. So that is everything that I didn't finish, and now I'll get into the empties that I melted in my bedroom. So I'll start off with the ones that I don't have. I'll start off with like the ones from vendors that I only have one empty from. So the first one I have is Candles of Victoria, which is Ringmaster, and this is a blend of cotton candy and strawberry, and I melted, I think I had like 3/4 of it left. Like I think I only cut out 1/4 of it the first time I used it, and then I just threw in the rest of it. It's good. I mean, her strawberry for me is definitely a lot more realistic than Vintage Chic Scent strawberry or Tiffany strawberry, whereas theirs is it's quite tart. This one isn't tart. It's sweeter, and it definitely smells like so I'm from Toronto, and so at least once a year during the summer or the fall, depending on, when we go, me and my family, we always drive down to Montreal, and we always go to the farmers market in Montreal City because they have the best farmers market, and it's like kind of near Old Italy, and it's all just like fresh fruit and fresh vegetables, and there's like meat shops nearby and cheese shops, and like there are like fresh popsicles, and there's fresh like body stuff. Like I remember like it always changes. There are like always different pop-up shops. There's like fresh honey, there's like eggs, and it's just such an amazing farmers market. And all the time in the summer, whenever we go, we always buy like not just like a carton of strawberries, but we buy like a huge like crate, like the box of strawberries. We buy a whole box because you can get a whole box of strawberries for like $13-15, which is pretty good, especially because they're like from the farmers market. So we always buy that, and we always come back home and we put them in the mini fridge in the living room. And anytime we would open that mini fridge, we would always get like a strong scent of strawberry, and this is what it kind of smells like to me. Like, it just smells like cotton candy mixed with a pretty authentic strawberry scent. Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily say that I like it the best, but it is quite authentic. It is a little bit sickly. It is a little bit more sugary, more syrupy than a real strawberry smells like, but it is very, very close, and much closer than a vintage She Scents fresh picked strawberry, I'll say that. So then I have Mandela Melts, and this is from the Flintstone sampler one, and this is in Fruit Loops Banana Cream Pie Birthday Cake. And this one was okay. I really like the banana cream pie in it. It's really good. I don't really know if I liked it blended with the Fruit Loops, because it kind of added, the Fruit Loops didn't really smell like Fruit Loops. It smelled a little bit more perfumey than like other Fruit Loop fragrance oils. Like, this Fruit Loop fragrance oil was a little bit perfumey. It's more of a perfumey lemon than it was really like kind of like a cereal bakery Fruit Loops. Which I don't mind. I just don't think that it really necessarily blended perfectly with the banana cream pie and the birthday cake, just because those two are super creamy bakery and the Fruit Loops is just kind of a little bit more lemony perfumey. I think it kind of made it less of a bakery blend and turned it into more of a, it made it a little bit more, I don't want to say perfumey, but it made it a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit lighter, I guess I would say. Not my favorite blend, but I do like her banana cream pie. Okay, so now I'll move on to, let's see, I'll start off with, oh, I have one more, sorry, that is on its little own. And this is the Bathing Gardens Raspberry Stockings, and this is Floral Vanilla Strawberry Raspberry Vanilla Ice Cream. And I melted, I think, 3 cubes of that, I think is what I had left. It's good. Yeah, it's a nice, sweet, fruity scent. I mean, what can you say? It's raspberry, it's strawberry, it's vanilla. There's something a little bit plasticky about it, but I don't really mind. It's nice. And it threw well. Okay, so then I'll move on to Kay's Creations. I have 3 empties from Kay's. The first one is in Hanky Panky, and Hanky Panky is Lavender Pink Sugar Coconut. This one was good. You got the lavender, you got that pink sugar, and then you got the coconut. It was nice. It was a good blend. It was very strong. Then we have Forbidden Fruit, which is supposed to be a pomegranate fragrance oil. I don't know if this is supposed to be, I don't remember if this is a straight pomegranate fragrance oil or if it's a blend of other scents to make it smell like pomegranate. I really don't remember. But this one was good. It wasn't as, was it as strong? I don't remember if I was in the room when I melted it. I honestly don't remember this one, so I don't really have anything to say about it. Then the last one I have is Rainbow Spritzer, and this one I did not melt while I was in the room. This one is a blend of like her rainbow sherbet and like her white wine spritzer, which is kind of like it's like a white Zinfandel scent. It was better than the other spritzer blends and better than the other rainbow blends that she has out there. She has a lot of different rainbow blends and a lot of different spritzer blends. This one was good. It was kind of like just a citrusy wine scent. It was nice and it threw really well. I just wouldn't repurchase that. Okay, then I have some from from Vintage She Scents, sorry. So the first one I have is a sample, and this is in The Runway. And this is supposed to be like a fig scent. And I hate figs, and it just smells awful. I hated it. I melted it while I wasn't in the room. And it lasted very long, I will say. And it threw very well because it went all the way down to the living room on the second floor. But yeah, not my cup of tea. Would not repurchase that at all. I don't think she's ever re-released that, actually. Then I have Afternoon Petit Fours, which is... okay, you can't read it. I believe this is also a Fruit Loops blend. And again, the Fruit Loops in here it's just a little perfumey. Like the lemon in here isn't like a bakery Fruit Loops lemon. This one's more of a perfumey lemon that's in the Fruit Loops. So this one was interesting. It was good though. It was strong. Yeah, I mean I liked it. I don't think I would repurchase it though. I'm just not a huge fan of Fruit Loops in general. Then I have Deep Slumber, and this was a sample, and I melted just a half of it this time around, and this is a blend of pink sugar, honey, and Watch the Kids, and lavender. And it smells exactly like that. It's like a slight lavender with honey, and Watch the Kids, and pink sugar, and it's really nice. It threw really well. I have a whole loaf of this, so there's no need to repurchase it at this point. Okay, then I have two from Haley's Heavenly Scents. So the first one I have is Grandma's Serendipity, which is a blend of her Grandma's Zucchini Bread and Serendipity. Her Grandma's Zucchini Bread is her creamy zucchini bread. And it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. The creamy zucchini bread mixed with that creamy Serendipity is so delicious. I need to buy this in a huge bag, so I think I'm going to be purchasing from her new company very soon. Oh, it's so delicious. I just need more Serendipity in my life. Vendors need to get back onto the Serendipity thing. Then I have Mrs. Claus Pink Noel, and I melted half of this one. And I believe Mrs. Claus is a sugar cookie blend, and then pink sugar and vanilla bean Noel, obviously. You mostly get the pink sugar, then you get some vanilla bean Noel, and you get the Mrs. Claus. It's just a really delicious pink sugar blend. I mean, you can't really go wrong with it, really. Okay, and the last ones I have are from Tiffany Candles. So the first one I have is Pink Peppermint, and this is just one fluted tart, and I just wanted to use it up because I have a whole 1 pound bag in it, so I didn't need to hoard this last little fluted tart I had, so I just melted it. It's the perfect pink sugar peppermint. This is my favorite pink sugar peppermint. It's amazing. The perfect blend of the two, and she has the best peppermint. Similar, like I said, to the Rose Peppermint. Very similar. Then I have a sample. It was a little pumpkin piece in caramel apple funnel cake and vanilla wafer. And this one was good. It was a really overall creamy scent with the funnel cake and the vanilla wafer. It was just a creamy caramel apple scent. It was good. A really good blend. I really liked that one. And then the last one is a scent shot in rosemary mint. I melted the full scent shot. And I don't know. I feel like I kind of like it, but I kind of don't like it. Like, I'm in a love-hate relationship with it because it's nice, it's refreshing. It kind of smells a little bit like an aftershave or something, or like a men's cologne. Yeah, it kind of smells like what an aftershave would smell like if there was like a minty aftershave. But it's not like my favorite. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, I want like a mint scent. Oh yeah, rosemary mint. Because it's not really like a mint scent. Because there is mint in it, but it's not necessarily something that would like fix my mint craving. It's more of a cologne-y scent. Like, if I wanted a manly scent, then I would melt this one. It's very interesting. I like it, but I don't love it. So I don't know if I would repurchase that one. Or at least if I repurchase it, it'll be like in small quantities. Like, maybe I'd just buy another scent shot of it. So yes, that is everything that I have melted and all of my empties for the second half of March. And I hope you guys enjoy this video.